I think our problem starts when we begin to fear rejection. You should not fear rejection. Rejection is part of life, and I think most of you are emotionally stupid, and that's why when you're rejected, you kill another person, women killing men, men killing women, because they've been rejected. That is proof of external validation syndrome. Welcome to Unravel Duty, the podcast that delves deep into the tapestry of self discovery and guides you on the journey to becoming the best version of yourself. I'm Sherly, your curious companion on this expedition of introspection, and I hope that your presence here contributes positively to your exploration into the realms of personal growth, enlightenment, as well as the art of becoming a better human for a better society and therefore a better world. Stay with me. On the last episode, we discussed the top 10 key and essential questions to ask yourself while embarking on your self-discovery journey. And today, I am excited to share this episode with you where we'll be discussing the things to avoid during your self-discovery journey. The things you need to run away from, the things, well, not really run away from, but these are things you want to say no to, these are things you want to avoid, these are things you want to limit your access to or yourself to, okay? Whether you're just starting, whether you're in the middle of it, or whether you're very advanced in it, like way advanced in it, these are things that are going to help you grow further and things that are going to help you see the results you've been seeking in your self-discovery journey. You're in the process of defining yourself, you're in the process of discovering yourself, you're in the process of claiming yourself, the true self that you are. So these are things that you really need to stay away from if you really want to see those results, if you want to live life as your authentic self. I hope that you'll benefit heavily from this episode, and I am excited to have you as my companion through this episode. Stay tuned. So, number one thing that you want to avoid as you embark on your self-discovery journey, or if you already embarked, okay? Because I know I've been releasing episodes, and now this is our fourth episode. This is our fourth episode, guys. Oh my God, I am so happy. I am so grateful that I have you all and that you're following along and that we're growing together. I've already experienced most of the growth, but growth never stops. But anyway, I'm excited to be here with you guys and to be sharing this with you. So today, the first thing you want to avoid on your self-discovery journey is external validation. External validation, social media, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on TikTok, you're on what are the other apps? I'm such a grandma. I don't even know what other apps you guys are in. But whatever apps you guys are in, or just, even if you're just living within a society. And of course, we are surrounded by people who are doing maybe better than us. Realistically speaking, there is no harm in knowing that somebody is doing better than you. It's just acknowledging the fact, the reality that's happening. Oh, this guy is doing better in terms of this, in terms of finances, he's doing better than me. And, that's okay. Maybe he's doing better and he's not happy. Okay. That is mostly you looking at it from a point of reality or realistic speaking. Okay, like that's the reality. This guy has more money than me. Okay, it's not like I hate myself or I'm hating on myself, but this guy has more money than me. So I know most of us really fall for the external validation syndrome. I don't know what to call it. So I'm just going to give it a name. External validation syndrome. Please stop. Just stop. Okay? You don't need no external validation to be your true self. You cannot, if you think you're a cat, if you think you're a cat, you cannot go convincing me that you're a cat. No, I won't believe you. I won't believe you because when I see you, I see a human being. So I won't believe. So if you think you're a cat, just claim that. Just be a cat. Don't force people to believe. Don't need so bad for people to accept that you're a cat. You think you're a cat, right? And you really, really believe that you're a cat. So just be a cat. Why are you waiting for people to accept? Why are you waiting for people to validate? Just be a cat. I honestly don't know what else to say. But honestly, I mean, maybe according to people, Sherly is not pretty, But when I believe that I'm pretty, I don't need those people to approve that. I'm not waiting for other people to approve that. And because I'm not waiting for them to approve that, whatever they think don't matter to me, whatever they think don't matter to me. Because I'm satisfied. I know what I am. I've claimed it. I am being it. I am living it, I am living in it. So it's not a dream, it's my reality. So whatever is my reality will not wait for other people's approval. If I think that I have a good taste, even though this can be controversial, because some of you think you have good taste, but really there is a problem, but like I said, if you think you have good taste, and you stand by like standing on business, really just believe that. Don't listen to other people. But anyway, on the point of external validation, this is so easy to fall for because we're constantly wanting for people to think that we're doing great, to tell us that we're doing good or we're doing better than other people. You need for people to approve. You need for you to sit on the same table as some type of people. You can't live all your life like that. You can't live your life wanting to be accepted, at a table. You can't live your life wanting to be accepted at a table. Be so comfortable with yourself that what other people think is irrelevant to you. You have to be so satisfied and so loving of yourself, so satisfied with yourself, that whatever people think don't matter to you, whatever people think is irrelevant, especially if it is a destructive opinion, if it's a destructive opinion, whatever happens, because in life there'll always be those people who just want to bind you. External validation syndrome is the most pathetic disease you can ever catch. It's the most pathetic syndrome you can ever catch. You were not born with anyone, unless of course you're twins. But even so, you have to know that when you die, you're going to go to your grave alone. And it won't matter whether people thought you were beautiful. It won't matter whether people thought you were rich. It won't matter whether people thought you were smart. It won't matter whether people thought you were so talented. You're going to die and their lives are going to move on. Maybe they'll build a sculpture of you. Maybe they'll write a memoir of you. Maybe they'll do something. But one thing is for sure, their lives will go on. Once in a while they might write somewhere that, oh, we miss you so much. But truth is their lives will go on like nothing ever happened. That is what you have to realize. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you are accepted on that table. It does not matter whether you sit around with smart people. All that won't matter because you're going to be dead. And I think what's going to matter is Did you enjoy the life you lived? Did you enjoy it? Or you were constantly seeking to prove, because I think once you begin to fall for the external validation syndrome, you're gonna live your life proving, you know. So you're gonna live your life proving that you are something instead of living your life being that something. You're gonna be living your life proving, and maybe sometimes you're gonna think that, oh, this is less, I didn't get enough likes, maybe let me go do this extra. And you're gonna keep doing ridiculous things, you're gonna keep doing very stupid things in the name of being accepted. I know some people who've converted religions, just to be accepted. I know some people who have changed who they were dating just to be accepted. I know some people who have changed their way of dressing just to be accepted. If you're changing your way of dressing for an ulterior motive like getting more money, if you have a plan, if you have a constructed plan, a plan to get more, from that situation, then that's okay. You can play smart, but don't lose who you are, But I know people who changed themselves just to be accepted, But when they change themselves, they don't truly become this that they're changing. They just proving to be that thing. And so they're not living that thing. And so they're stuck between being a Kate or being a John and being this other, John the people pleaser or Kate the people pleaser, so they're not John the people pleaser, but also they're not John. They're stuck somewhere in between. And you cannot live a lukewarm life. You cannot live that kind of life. You have to give one up. Honestly, you cannot double play that shit. So I want you to know that the external, the exterior, the people, the society, they really don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Whether you disappeared today, whether you died, they might give 2 fucks for 2 minutes, and then that's it. When you go, you're gonna go so fast. Nobody's gonna notice that you are even here. When you go, you're gonna go so fast. At your workplace, when you die, they're gonna replace you so fast. So that's why I say, try to find yourself, build yourself, discover yourself, and don't let the external factors influence that person that you are, unless it's in a good way, And you have to ask yourself today, if there was no Instagram, would I still be this person that I am posing to be? If there was no TikTok today, would I pose to be that same person that I am on TikTok? Would I pose as the same person? Would I still be the same person? You have to ask yourself, if I didn't have this, maybe it's an external factor. If I didn't have this, if I wasn't in a relationship, would I be this person that I am posing to be? Because I know some of you get in a relationship and you want to live for your other half. You want to live their life, Instead of living your life, you want to live their life. You want to start playing golf, even though you don't like golf. I don't think we have to pretend, I think we can love each other without pretending. I think you can love your golf and I can love my hockey, and we don't have to fight about it. You can go play your golf, I can go play my hockey. We can find each other, love on each other like crazy. So I don't think it's of relevance to have to pretend to be something else just to get love. If it's to get money, that's a tight one. That's a tight one. You can play around it, but don't lose yourself. There is playing the game. Okay? There is rigging the game, playing the game, and there is just being dumb, like being dumb stupid. Like I said, if you have a plan, you can act like something. If you have a plan, a plan to raise your quality of life, or the quality of your lifestyle. If you want to raise it, Maybe at some point you have to compromise a little bit, but within the compromise, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself, because that can come very easily. So yes, external validation syndrome. Just stop. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck that you play golf. Nobody gives a fuck that you ride a horse. Nobody gives a fuck that you know how to ride a dick. Nobody gives a fuck that you have a good taste in things, you know? If something better comes, they're gonna leave you. If a better person comes, your job's gonna replace you. If you die, you're gonna be replaced, you know? You have to remind yourself of that. If you're giving me flowers now and I still find somebody else that I love, even though they're not giving me flowers, you're gonna be replaced, you know? So when you do things because that is the person that you are, not because you want to be accepted or not because you want to be seen as some type of person. And I've seen this with my relationships, and I kept telling my man, you know, if you're going to do this for me, do it because you want to do it, you know, because you are the only constant in your life. You are the only constant in your life. Every other thing will move or will leave. You're the only person that sticks with you till death. Okay? So don't do nothing to be accepted. Do something because you want to do something. Be something because you want to be something. Okay? If you're a gay person, don't become straight because you want to live a normal life and want to be accepted. If you think you're gay and other people are not accepting it, then fuck other people. Just be gay, you know? If you think you're a cat and other people are not accepting it, including me, I'm just saying now, if you told me that you were a cat, I don't think you're stupid. But what I say don't matter. What I say should not matter. You think you're a cat, you believe you're a cat, claim it, be a cat. Why does it matter what I have to say? What I have to say should not matter. If you've decided that you want to be something, nobody should have a say in it, you know. But of course, do make sure that whatever you are is not directly harmful to a life, you know, like does not contribute to somebody's death. Of course, now this is the time to use your common sense, okay? So that is number one. So number one thing to avoid, external validation. Be who you are. Whatever people think don't matter, you know. Be who you are. Claim it. Don't pretend to be something. Just be it, okay? And don't be afraid to be rejected. I think our problem starts when we begin to experience the fear of rejection. Your problem starts when you start to fear rejection. You should not fear rejection. Rejection is part of life, you know. And I think most of you are emotionally stupid, and that's why when you're rejected, you kill another person, you know. Women killing men, men killing women, you know, because they've been rejected, you know. That is proof of external validation syndrome. Oh, she's not accepting me, I'm not good enough, so if I cannot be with her, then she cannot leave. She has to die. You know, so that is what happens. Or a woman whose whole identity was leaning on a man, and now the man leaves her, and now this woman, she's hunting the man's new girlfriend. She wants to ban her face with acid because this is the woman. She does not feel beautiful enough. You know, like this is a sign of external validation syndrome. You have to stop. You are so pathetic, you know, suffering from that syndrome. You have to stop. You have to be it. You have to be the thing. You have to be who you are. You have to be a Sherly, you know. I normally say that if my man left me now, I would still be the same Sherly, maybe even bougier. If my dad died today, I would still be the same Sherly. If my best friend left me today, my heart would break, but I would still be the same Sherly that I have claimed now. If I didn't have a job today, I would still be the same Sherly. maybe more depressed. If I was more of a Christian than I am now, I think I'll still be the same Shirley. Maybe my taste of music will change, but my whole personality will still be there, because this is something that I've created. This is something that I've claimed, and this is something that I want to stick with me for the rest of my life, because I love it. And it does not matter whether my father approves, it does not matter whether my foster family approves, it does not matter whether my man approves, it does not matter whether best friend approves, it does not matter whether the pastor approves. This is the Shirley that I've built, so, and I know that it's not harming any life. If anything, it's inspiring other lives, and I'm happy to be of service to humanity, and I know for sure to God, because God loves people who love people, and I truly love my brothers and sisters like I love myself, and that is why I am putting out this podcast for you all to listen to. So ask yourself, if there was no Instagram, would I still be, if I didn't have followers, or if there was no button for following people, or for commenting, would I still be posting bikini pictures? I like posting bikini pictures because I like to go back to my pictures and look at it. When I'm depressed, I go back to my feed, I look at my pictures, and I'm happy. I get delighted just by looking at myself. Now, call me a psycho, but yeah, that's the type of relationship I have with myself. No regrets, so you have to ask yourself, if there was not this person, would I still do this, And external validation syndrome is the reason why most of you are out here on social media acting all like nice, all modest. You, like I said before, you can be everything you want. You can be modest and ratchet and ghetto and classy and all in one person. You don't have to limit yourself, and you don't have to pretend to be all cute, just because your crush is following you on Instagram, or just because, somebody special is following you on Instagram. Be yourself. Shake your ass if that's what you normally do. Shake your shoulders if that's what you normally do. Sneeze in the camera. Don't be shy. Sneeze, fart. Drink porridge. Wake up with shabby hair. Who cares? That's life, right? That's the reality. We wake up with shabby hair sometimes, and that's life. For me, I've never really cared what you guys think. That's why I wake up and I post whatever the fuck I want, because that is who I am. And whatever I post, I am that thing. So don't try to argue with me about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be that thing because I've claimed it, and that's why I'm sharing it. So yeah, it's not a show at all. It's the reality that I am living. Anyway, problem number two that you want to avoid is negative influences. The friends who can stand you grow. The friends, the partners, romantic partners, family members who can stand your growth, you have to let them go. What you guys have to realize is that self-growth comes with losses, and self-discovery too. It comes with losses. For instance, if a man discovers that he's gay, he's going to lose the girlfriend. He's going to accept to lose the girlfriend because he's gay. He belongs with a man. So, same thing. Sometimes, maybe a family member, they find out maybe that they don't really connect with Jesus or with God. And so once they begin to convert, they're thrown out of, the family, whatever. And for somebody like this, if they didn't really believe in whatever they believe in, they'd be easily affected. They'd actually be highly affected. But when you believe in what you believe in, yes, there will be heartbreaks, but that will not change who you are. You'll still be happy that you chose that life and that you chose to be this person, okay? So yes, negative influences, the people who can't stand your growth, you have to throw them out. You have to accept to lose them. You have to accept to delete them from your life because they're not serving your life. They're not serving, they're not of service to your self-growth. process or phase. They're not of service to your self-growth phase or self-discovery. They're not supporting it. If they love you, they'd support it. And maybe sometimes they'd support it, but they'd let you go. They'd let you go so that they'd support you by letting you go so that you can go pursue whatever you want, if they love you enough. So don't be with people who are against your self-growth. Don't be with people who don't want you to discover your self-worth. They're these friends, when you tell them no, they become so offended, because everything has to be about them, because they know they have something to win. And once they know that they have something to win, and when you change, they'll have nothing to win, when in reality, actually, they might have more to win. But once they know that they're going to be so mad. They're going to be so mad. Oh, she should have just stayed stupid. How dare she became so smart? How dare you become so smart? You should not be smart at all. You should stay stupid so I can benefit from all the goodness that you bring in my life, or all the easy access. You have to let such people go. Whether it's your man, whether it's your girl, whether it's your woman, whether it's your wife. I'm not telling you to go get divorced. Okay? When you begin this journey with me, you have to tread carefully, because whatever advice I give here, it can work for you or against you. So while I give you all these tips, I'm also going to be praying for you that you get discernment, because discernment is highly needed in all of these sessions. Otherwise, I'm going to ruin your lives instead of making it better, which is not my intention at all. I want you all to lead successful lives, happy lives, and fulfilled lives where you're enjoying your own company and where you're enjoying being yourself. Okay, so whoever does not approve your self-discovery journey, whoever does not like it when you discover your self-worth, whoever does not like it when you have boundaries, whoever does not like it when you start loving yourself just a little more, you need to get rid of that person. That person is not of service to your self-growth phase, and you have to let them go. Okay? We cannot be out here staying in each other's lives doing nothing for each other. That is bullshit. Okay? We have to be serving each other's needs. You have to be serving my needs. You have to give me something, And for me personally, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let me go. If you feel like I am restricting your growth, or I am restricting your self-discovery journey, or I am restricting you in any way, please just dump me. I'll be so happy that you did that to pursue a love relationship with yourself. I'll be so happy for you, honestly. And I think if a man left me to seek himself, I will not be heartbroken at all. Not that I will not be heartbroken if he left me for a woman. I mean, it's life, shit happens, People leave, like I said before, you're the only constant. It's only you that matters. So that's why it's very important to work on yourself. Because the only person that will be there till your death is you. Okay? The only person that's there when you're born and is there till death is you. You're the only constant. So you cannot gamble that. You cannot play that. Okay? Start on business and be a little wise. Okay? And speaking of negative influences, for instance, if you've told your friends that you are quitting alcohol and they're still inviting you to alcohol-infested places, those are people who are not considerate of your growth or of your need to change your way of living, or of your need to start a love relationship with yourself. If I'm trying to quit cocaine, if I'm trying to quit crack, and I have these friends inviting me to a crack infested place, those are not people who want the best for me, especially if I've told them that this is what I'm currently doing. I'm currently avoiding drugs. And so I'll stay away from drag infested places, and they still call you to such places. Those are people who are disrespectful of your growth, who are disrespectful of your whole existence, and who don't care about you starting a love relationship with yourself. So such people, you have to get rid of them. There are men who only want to see you at night. When you're trying to create a love relationship with yourself, these are the kind of things you have to avoid. There are men who only want to see you after 10 p.m. What the hell are you doing going to a man's place at 10 p.m.? You have to have boundaries. If they don't like your boundaries, let them go. And you have to remember that it's not your loss, okay? When such people happens, when such cases happens, you have to remind yourself that it's not a loss. If anything, it's a win. Okay, so stop being miserable and stop wanting to be accepted so bad that you break your boundaries, that you become very, very weak in your boundaries, in your self-respect, in your self-love, that you allow for people to disrespect your space and your journey and the phase, whichever phase that you are in. Okay, so negative influences, people who don't support your growth, people who don't motivate you to grow, people who don't give you space to grow, you have to let them go. Again, I'm praying for your discernment, because these advices can either make you or break you. Okay, I don't want to be at fault. I want only the best for all of you. Okay, so number 3 thing to avoid while on your self-discovery journey is the fear of failure. Fear of failure. Again, this is another syndrome that most of us suffer from. I personally have gone through this, and sometimes I still feel it. I'm still human. We're allowed to go back and forth with our feelings, and all that, and also in our journey, but acknowledging it is also very important. Acknowledging that you are afraid of failing, it only means that you want the best for yourself. It's a good feeling. It's actually a good feeling when you acknowledge it. It's actually a good feeling because it's reminding you that you are working to be the best version of yourself, and that's why you don't want to fail. The only difference is, do you let it paralyze you? Do you let it dictate whether you're going to make a move or not? Because yes, it's good to acknowledge it, it's good to feel it, but also you should not let it stop you from doing the things you're meant to do. Because I know some of you want to become something, but you are afraid of being a failure. You are afraid of failing your mother, failing your father. I know most people who are very unhappy in their career because that is what their parents wanted for them, and that is a fear of failure. You don't want to fail for your mom and dad. You wanna win for them, when in reality you're breaking yourself, because this is not what you want to be. Maybe you don't want to be a doctor, maybe you want to be a dancer. I like to see life as a daily experiment of trial and error. So what if you fail today? If you have tomorrow, I pray that you will have tomorrow. Of course, some of us have to die. But if you have tomorrow, this presents a new chance to try the same thing, or to maybe try it differently, or maybe to try another thing, So you have to stop being so afraid of failing. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's only permanent if, oh my God, I have a mosquito in my house. I have a mosquito. It's one mosquito. I've never seen it. Yeah, so you have to stop being paralyzed by failure. You have to take charge, because results will not get itself. You're afraid. You've had stories of people dying at the gym. So you're not going to go to the gym because you don't want to die. You don't want a bat to fall on your neck. You don't want to die while squatting, Then maybe do it safely. Maybe work with your body. Don't work with your ego. Maybe do it differently, do it wisely. Maybe you're afraid that somebody else invested their money and lost it all. Maybe start with a little bit of money that you can afford to lose. And sometimes you just have to invest it and just accept that you can lose it. And when you expect to lose it and you lose it, yes, there'll be a little bit of disappointment, but it's done. You'll be like, oh, I expected that. You have to stop fearing failure, because some of you, the fear of failure paralyzes you, that you no longer try. You don't do anything at all. And what is life when you're not trying anything? You 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 are only as good as a stone is. You're only as good as a stone. Honestly, even a potato is better than you. It serves as a good ingredient for soup. So you have to at least try to be better than a potato, Because you have to always remember life is short. I think these days I am living in a way that if I died tomorrow, I would have no regrets. At least I will say that I tried. I might have tried and failed, but when I die, I will die knowing that I was not afraid to try. I wasn't afraid to love. I wasn't afraid to ask a man out. I wasn't afraid to state my expectations from a man. I wasn't afraid to demand things from a man. I wasn't afraid to put people in their places when they tried to disrespect me and my self-respect. I will die happy, because then I would have lived authentically, not pretending to like people, not pretending to, to fit in, So you have to stop being afraid of failure. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's life. But just remember, life is just a daily experiment of trial and error. Try this today, try that today. You might succeed today, you might fail tomorrow. You might succeed and then fail. You might fail and then succeed. You might fail and then fail and then fail until you figure out that is not what's meant for you. Okay, so you have to be willing to try while in your self-discovery journey. Don't be afraid to try things. Allow yourself to explore. Allow yourself to experience. Know yourself. See what you like. Whether it's in the sex world, whether it's in the love world, whether it's in the relationship world, whether it's in a career world, whether it's in a religion world. Don't be afraid to try things. If you really want to try, don't be afraid to try things. You'd rather try and fail than die not having tried at all. At least when you try and fail, you have the experience, And also, when it comes to failure, you always have to think of it as a lesson. It really helps to think of failure as a lesson. And the simplest lesson you can learn from failure is that something is not for you, or maybe it's that it's not supposed to be done that way. Maybe you did it wrong. So it's a good thing, if you fail and you realize that actually it's not meant for you, it's a good thing, because now you know something about yourself. So failure can be a good thing, depending on how you look at it, depending on your perspective. But don't let the fear stop you from doing things, from trying a sport that maybe you have an interest in. This wine is so good. And number 4 thing to avoid while on your self-discovery journey is distractions. You have to avoid distractions by all means. Maybe you're working on getting your money right, and there's this beautiful girl that's constantly in your DM telling you how handsome and cute you are, and how she could ride you till you're so heaven. You have to block that beautiful girl. You have to block her. You have to avoid distraction. By all means, you have to avoid all distractions. If you're working on getting your money right, don't entertain, being with friends who just want to go shopping every single day. They can still be your friends, but you have to draw boundaries. You have to tell them, sorry, ladies, I'm not coming shopping with you, because you're working on getting your money right. You're working on getting your credit right. So there's some things you just have to say no to. And this takes a lot of strength, but this is also where you're testing your personality, the personality that you're creating. You're both creating it and testing it at the same time, which is a very thrilling experience, because I've done this so many times with myself, and some of the experiences I've done with myself were very hard, but some are very easy because I'm already a certain type of way. So some things just come naturally to me. So yeah, but if you're working on yourself, you have to avoid distractions. If you're working to quit drugs, you have to avoid hanging with friends who only do drugs or who only like you when you do drugs. You have to avoid distractions, and for some of you, distractions can be Netflix. You don't have to be spending your whole day on Netflix. You don't have to be scrolling all day on, your phone or, whatever. So you have to avoid distractions by all means. That is a very hard thing to do, but also this is the part where you build a solid self-control. And I think self-control is what takes us very far at the end of it all, because you can have money, you can have everything, but if you don't have self-control, you're going to blow all your money. If you don't have self-control, you're going to get all the diseases in the world, having sexual intercourse with everyone you meet, because you're so excited. You've never caught a girl. You've never caught so many girls before. You've never caught so much fish in your net. And so it's time to eat. Now you want to eat every type of fish you catch. Don't be like that, okay? Avoid distractions while working on yourself. Avoid distractions. It's easier said than done, but for all I know, it's doable, and you can do it unless you decide not to. Okay? It's not easy, but it's doable unless you decide not to. Okay? There is no other excuse that I know. You either do it or you don't want to do it. And that's okay. You can choose to not do it. And finally, the worst syndrome of all, comparison. You have to always remember that you are on your journey. Don't compare yourself to your parent. You're not your parent. Don't compare yourself to your friend. You're not your friend. Don't compare yourself to your partner. You're not your partner. Don't compare yourself to anyone on social media. You're not them. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what demons they're battling. You don't know whatever they're fighting. So stop comparing yourselves with people. You're doing yourself injustice by comparing yourself with people who don't even know themselves. They might be on social media flexing their wealth, flexing their, their love, but deep down, they are very miserable, they're very unhappy, they're fighting demons, and they're battling with their self-love, they're battling with their self-respect, which is why till date, I don't have a role model. Honestly, if somebody asks me who my role model is, I really don't have any, because you don't know what people are fighting. I don't want to be like anyone, and you should not want to be like anyone. Because I know you're going to see like ripped girls on Instagram and be like, I want to be like that gym girl. Don't you ever want to be like anyone except yourself. I think being yourself is already a beautiful gift, because there will be no other you. Honestly, there will be no other you. Just come to think of it, your cells, the chromosomes, the genetics, whatever, the DNA, all those cells, like they come together to just make you, only for you to want to be somebody else. How stupid. Wow. You have to be better than that. Come on. You know, comparison is the thief of joy. So if you want to be happy, if you want to be joyous, if you always want to be gay, you have, sorry, when I say gay, I mean happy. I didn't mean they're the one. But if you always want to live in joy, you have to stop comparing yourself to other people. Whether it's your gym journey, whether it's your self-discovery journey, whether it's your financial journey, whether it's your career journey, whether it's your romantic journey, you have to stop comparing yourself with other people. It prevents you from experiencing whatever joy is there for you in your journey. You know, you are limiting yourself from experiencing the joy from your own journey. So you have to stop comparing yourselves with other people, and you have to find yourself pleasant enough that you celebrate, the goodness that you hold, that you celebrate, the beauty that you hold in your heart, the beauty that you hold physically or mentally or emotionally, whatever beauty you hold. You have to celebrate that, and you have to remind yourself daily that there will never be any other you. It's only going to be you. There's going to be so many of human beings, but there can only ever be one Alice with this type of hair, with this type of nose, with this type of teeth, with this type of eyes, with this type of butt, with this type of legs, with this type of personality, with this type of smile. There can only be one Alice, honestly. There can only ever be one Joan that has all these things in one person, okay? So you have to remind yourself of that thing. We have different races to run. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to time. Allow yourself to take all the time you want to become this person that you want to become. And when I say to become the person you want to become, I'm hoping that you don't want to become like another person. Because honestly, other people should only serve as your inspiration. And maybe they could be doing, like I said before, they could be doing well financially, but mentally they're fucked. Maybe they're doing cocaine, behind the scenes. You don't know. Maybe they're doing like other weird things behind the scenes. You don't know. So don't wish to be like somebody else. Work to be the best version of yourself that you can ever be. Because I think that's the best blessing you can ever have. Having the best version of yourself. So focus on having the best version of yourself. Don't compare yourself to people on social media. Whatever you see, it could be real, but still there are other things behind the scenes. They could be happy today, and maybe tomorrow they're fighting their demons. So you have to stop comparing yourself with other people on social media, and you have to stop and same goes for your journeys. You have to stop comparing your journey. If you're embarking on a self-discovery journey, on a gym journey, know your goals, know your inspirations, know your aspirations, know what you want, and then go for it. Go and be the best version you can ever be. Stop wanting to be like everyone you see on social media. You will never become your authentic self if all you can think of is just, I want to be like this person. I want to be that person is busy working on being her best version of herself. So maybe you can go do the same. Okay? That I'm actually very tipsy right now. So yeah, you really should ban wine. I'll sue them though. Anyway, so this brings us to the end of our session today. I hope this episode was beneficial to you and to your journey, whichever journey you are embarking on. It was lovely having you as my companion, and I hope to have you here with me again next time. Meanwhile, have a wonderful morning, have a wonderful afternoon, have a wonderful evening wherever you are. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, it takes a lot of courage to be yourself, but there can only ever be a one you. So work on becoming that, work on claiming that, and work on living as that. I wish you the best. Love and kisses. If this episode was helpful to you, kindly let me know on the comments and feel free to give me a follow at Sherly Amondi on Instagram or at Yoga with Sherly on Instagram. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below.